We will be reassembling this with a computer open somewhere with the exploded parts diagrams, because no, I don't need to pay attention to anything I'm doing right now. Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. In this video, we're going to completely break down this 2002 Honda TRX400EX all the way down to the frame so we can start rebuilding all of it. So let's go. After 5 years of sitting in various buildings, this is finally on our bench. This is by far the worst machine we've ever purchased for any of our units in the corral, as we call it. Now, just for fun, we're going to do a zip tie count. So keep watching until the end of the video to see just how many we're actually holding this thing together. Who knew that zip ties could hold a frame together? This is not a zip tie, but we'll give it an honorable mention. We're not going to actually fix anything. What we are going to do is rework everything. Every nut, every bolt, every seal, every gasket, all of it, all the way down to the frame. Get rid of all the duct tape, all of the zip ties. And by the time we're done with it, it's going to be better than when it rolled onto the showroom floor back in 2002. Whatever it needs, we're going to bring it back to life in what I would call an OEM plus. Well, it's not locked up, so that's at least a good sign. So maybe, just maybe, we'll have something to work with in there. You know, after all, it is a Honda. Every single where I look, I just see another mistake, or the wrong screw, or the wrong cable, or the wrong routing. I mean, the bottom part of this was being held on by a rope. I mean, look at your clutch cable. I'm fairly certain that it's not supposed to go right next to the headers. And talk about some Class A welding. I don't think I've ever dug this deep to pull one out of the grave before. This is setting a new record. So we'll be mainly using OEM parts, but then occasionally we're going to go a little bit further, especially inside of the engine. Just starting in on this, I'm like, oh, there's so many more things I need to order. Oh, there you go. Probably should have done this first, but let's drain the wool out of it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Ooh. Houston, we potentially have a problem. I don't mind a little bit of fur on the end of a magnet, but that is no bueno there. Cool. Y'all can see why I've been so excited about working on this one. I knew it was going to be this bad. Well, I knew it was going to be close, but whew, wow. I don't see any niblets here, so it was just down on the bottom end. It smells like grease. It doesn't smell like oil anymore. All right, this was a sub harness that has been cut up as well, going to the stator and the pickup coil. We're going to go ahead and safely say we're going to replace that too. You just can't make up this crap. No. No. What it had and what it's supposed to look like. Some of this Class A welding that we've got going on. Get your expert welder friend to lay bird poop on top of it. But let's see if we can get that to grind off. This is comical, man. It's everything that I thought it would be. Here's going to be the challenge. Remember how tough it was to get the 450R pulled apart? I think we're about to experience that same thing, because that looks to be solidly welded in there. All right, let the beatings commence. This stuff's worked miracles before. Looks like somebody else has tried to turn it too, because it's rounded. Imagine that. Wow, kind of crunchy sounded, huh? Dang, it bounded up. And we're going to try to leave it there. And whoever was here before me, they actually beat the frame where it's flat. All right, I think it is actually frozen on that spacer. Now I've got a fair amount of oil on it. Let's see if we can catch it on fire. Crispy critter. Now, if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more of this same content, why don't you go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell. Making me work, man. Let's go ahead and pull the front mounts off. Let that soak. You see how the frame flexed out? Just let me die. No, it's not what we do around here. Just for fun. Let's see if rocking the engine on it would help any, because that'll be the last bolt. Telling you, I think it's hung up on that spacer. All right, she is definitely stuck to the swing arm, because the bolt is turning in the frame. So yeah, it's not caught on the engine, it's caught in the swing arm itself. So my thoughts, I'm gonna let the penetrating fluid do its work overnight, and then I may check out the local hardware store, see if I can get us an air impact to drive that thing through. So at any rate, we're gonna stop for the day and continue in the morning. All right, it's the next day. Let's see if this has enough gumption to drive this axle out. It started to, but then it stopped. Let's soak it down a little bit more. I want to try air hammering the other side to get it to turn. Battle of millimeters. Trick is I'm mushrooming this end, and I'm probably gonna have to cut it off to get it to go through. I am still thinking that this is our problem child right here. So we may have to get in there with a Dremel and cut a relief in it. I think it's trying to push its way into the swing arm. Yeah, it moved exactly with it. All right, let's get out a Dremel. Watch some other guy fighting with his. He ended up having to torch it out. Man, it is so bending the frame doing this. I gotta cut off that mushroom. A very valiant fight, but you lost. Alrighty then, let's pull an engine after lunch. Yeah. And a massage. Maybe a trip to my hot tub. All right, kids, as you can see, that was a whole lot of fun. There's no way that would have happened without this guy right here. This may be my new favorite tool of the year. So with that done, let me get everything cleaned back up, and then we can lift that engine out and continue breaking it down. Every so often, you just have to do a reset. Tell you what, before I lift it out, I'm gonna remove a couple more pieces. They're coming off anyway, so. It's all these little nuts and bolts, and I'm not even gonna bother trying to clean it up. Hopefully this will be easier than the 450R. Fire it up! No. All right, let's get this thing on a stand. All right, we will deal with you later. Superstar. So many new parts are going to have to go on this. The more you look, the worse it gets. Two different style lug nuts on this thing. One looks like a 14, the other one looks like a 12. I mean, the hits just keep on coming. All of that has to be ordered, cleaned, refinished, painted. Yeah, a lot. I don't think they had enough threads on here. That is nasty. A lot of water in there. Look at that. That's nothing but water. Then a little bit of fluid. Gee, I wonder if we're going to have to rebuild those. At this point, we'll do suspension, and then that'll just about be it. I can't even remove the bolt because that is bent over to the point I can't get it to clear. I'm not sure I want to know this machine's history. I'm trying to decide if they've welded this A-frame as well. There we go. Is it bent too? I think so. This one's okay. And then there was a frame. All right, guys, I thought it was bad enough with the wire nuts, but somebody's spending way too much time at a local hardware store when you're using PVC as your steering stem bearing. I have now seen it all. Whew. And now for the final reveal of how many zip ties were holding this thing together. Drum roll, please. It was 38, plus an honorable mention of the improper use of a mangled coat hanger. All right, kids, that's going to wrap up this video all the way down to the frame. And boy, is this thing a mess. It's going to take a lot of effort and more parts and sandblasting and painting and a whole lot of work to bring it all back together, but we're committed to do that. So let me get busy, and then we will see you in the next video.